Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a spiky political clash that's got everyone talking, centering on Labour's potential plans for a major shake-up of property taxes. A Treasury minister found himself in the hot seat during a Sky News interview, leading to a rather memorable exchange. The man in the spotlight is Pensions Minister Torsten Bell, who was grilled by Sky News presenter Wilfred Frost. The core of the questioning? Whether it would make sense to reform stamp duty and replace it with an annual property tax.
Would it make sense to reform stamp duty and replace it with an annual property tax?
Well, I'm a newish MP, but I'm not an idiot. And you know that tax decisions are made by the Chancellor. I'm not going to start speculating on individual taxes because then you'll ask me another 3 questions about other taxes. So the answer is that taxes are matters for the budgets and matters for Chancellors. What I can say is this government is going to get things being built again, specifically on what we're announcing today. What you'll see is £500 million going into speeding up planning processes on environmental matters so that developers and councils actually get quicker and better advice on environmental regulations from the regulators, but also an end to the merry-go-round where a large developer has to engage with 1, 2, 3 environmental regulators just to get a project up and running. In future, there'll just be one regulator for them to engage with.
Well, I get that you're not the Chancellor, but you're a Treasury Minister.
Well, that's another reason why I'm not going to start speculating individual taxes. Look, you get the same answer that you ask any minister all the time, and at some point there'll be a learning curve and we won't just go through rehearsing each individual question. What I'm saying to you is this is a government that is going to get houses built.
Fine, but it's rather interesting, the obtuse response to a reasonable question about the pros and cons of types of taxes rather than specifics.
Mr. Bell's response quickly became the headline. He told Frost, and I quote, "I'm a newish MP, but I'm not an idiot." He then added that tax decisions are made by the Chancellor, and he wasn't going to speculate on individual taxes. He suggested that at some point there would be a learning curve for interviewers, and ministers wouldn't just go through rehearsing each individual question. Wilfred Frost, however, wasn't letting up. He quickly pointed out, "I get that you're not the Chancellor, but you're a Treasury Minister." Frost later described Bell's response as obtuse to what he considered a reasonable question about the pros and cons of types of taxes rather than specifics. Bell reiterated his stance that the government is focused on getting things being built again and getting houses built. So, what exactly is this potential new property tax that sparked such a heated debate? Currently, stamp duty is paid when purchasing a property over £125,000. However, Chancellor Rachel Reeves is reportedly examining replacing it with a simpler national property tax. Here are the key details being considered. This new tax would be paid when selling a house over £500,000. The Treasury reportedly believes this new system would raise similar amounts to stamp duty. It's also seen as a more consistent source of revenue. Interestingly, it would only affect about 1 in 5 house sales, in contrast to stamp duty, which applies to 60% of sales. This isn't just speculation. The Treasury document examining a new council tax system is reportedly based on a report by the centre-right Onward think tank. Onward proposed that owners of property up to £500,000 would pay rates of tax based on their home's value. The minimum annual charge under this proposal would be set at around £800 a year. Onward also suggested that anyone who has already paid stamp duty on their current property should be exempt to avoid being taxed twice. Unsurprisingly, the Conservatives have already weighed in with strong warnings. Shadow Chancellor Mel Stride blasted the potential change, stating that the family home is next in the firing line of tax-loving Labour. He warned that this tax grab would punish families for aspiring to own their own home, and declared, "Under Labour, nothing is safe. Your home, your job, your pension, the Chancellor has all of it in her sights." Stride concluded by saying, "Rachel Reeves will tax your future to pay for her failure." So, there you have it. A glimpse into the brewing storm over property taxes in the UK, Torsten Bell's defiant stance against idiot accusations, and the ongoing debate about the future of homeownership under a potential Labour government. What are your thoughts on a new property tax? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more political news, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next update. Thanks for watching.